CFM Radio. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Good evening, YouTube. We are back, Clusterfucked Media, with CFM Radio.
CFM Radio, we are back. Drix, it is another Wednesday. How you doing to this Wednesday?
Dude, I am doing great. Participated in a launch party for Dungeons & Dragons, the pinball game, on Saturday, and came home with a pretty sweet banner.
Oh!
And also won a couple games of Dota 2 last night. That always feels good.
Hey, you know what? Dota 2 is one of those games where you always want to end at least on a win, because losing in those games feels so bad, bro. You wasted like a half hour, 45 minutes to what? Lose? Like,
yeah, never. Doesn't matter what game you're playing, you never want to go to sleep on a loss.
Hell no.
But Dota 2 now with more River.
Now with more River. How is that working out, actually? It is. I laugh at it and I make fun of it, but it is a big deal. So, like...
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. I'm enjoying it so far. Some of the like off and safe like side lanes feel more like mid now, because there's like an elevation height difference. I don't know where to put my wards anymore because those locations have changed. So Dota's new again. And also some of the more amphibious, fish-like characters, they're doing pretty well in this patch. Like one of my favorite tank, the most damage absorbent guy, Tide Hunter. He's pretty high on the tier list right about now. So I'm gonna enjoy playing one of my mains.
Oh hell yeah! Out there playing Naga, dude.
Nautical themed character who hits you with anchor. You gotta have one. It's a trope.
Absolutely. Hey, out here playing Naga. I remember that guy from the Warcraft 3 days. Like.
Yeah, exactly. All the characters have history.
Absolutely. Hey, it's Dota, man.
Yes, it'll always be there for you.
And this week we were streaming a little bit of Overwatch 2, but it was laggy as sin, so we didn't get very far. But next week coming up, we are going back. It is April Fool's, and it's no joke. We're going back to Dino Crisis on the PS1. Remember, the first and the last stream on Tuesdays. First and last Tuesday of every month over on twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch will be the Retro Gold Mine. And right now we are playing Dino Crisis because honestly, I'm trying to switch to these more retro games that are a little bit on the shorter side. We've played a lot of long ones. Oh, Joseph Ledesma, what's going on?
Yes, what is up? Welcome back.
Yeah, we played a lot of these long retro games, but I'm trying to get Dino Crisis because even though it might feel long, it's mostly a lot of puzzles.
Yeah, that's what'll keep you up the latest.
I mean, yeah, we did that. We just got through the pipe puzzle the last time we were playing Dino Crisis, and I took down some dinos. And you know what? I'll say it like this, guys: if you're playing through Dino Crisis through the first time and you don't really know what to do, and you're having trouble fighting dinosaurs, don't fight. Tranquilize.
Sleep now. Only dreams.
Indeed, indeed. Always good to have the tranquilizer on you, because when you need those shots from the shotgun, when you need the actual shells, you really need them. Like super duper need them. It's like really no joke. So I've been having a lot of fun. I think it's been actually, even though the controls are archaic, I've been liking the way the game feels, and I like how I have to enter almost every room with a deliberate sense of what I'm going to do next. I need a plan, or I need to be actively looking for exits. I can't just like stay still or like just shoot the guy and run away. Like, no, like I shoot the dinosaur and he's going to jump at me.
You need to run from safe place to safe place, man. Capcom does not make Resident Evils like this anymore.
No, they're all like shooters.
Yeah. That's all. So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, honestly, like it's kind of crazy to me. Like that's kind of what I want to like almost like drive home with this is that it's kind of crazy to play one of these old school horror games with the tank controls simply because the amount of deliberate thinking that you need to get from point A to point B makes it kind of feels like Souls-esque.
Yeah, souls before souls.
Yeah, like Souls progenitor.
Yeah, proto souls.
So I've been having a fun time. We're gonna continue Dino Crisis next Tuesday. Again, twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch. Join us over there. We usually go live around 11:30 or 12 noon. And hey, if you like what we do, if you like CFM Radio, if you like gameplay's over on Twitch. But CFM Radio, hit the like button, give us a sub, leave a comment. It's all good. We have some happy guys in the chat. Happy Wednesday, my dudes.
Yes. Love you guys.
You guys are awesome. And Drix, we will see what happens as far as gameplay goes next week because there should be a good amount of it.
Oh yeah. Twitch will be busy. RPG Theater will come back soon with more WrestleQuest. We'll get back at you on a date. You know, maybe I got tickets to something. You never know.
We'll see what's going on. But this, I will say, we got to jump right in to some gaming news. But before we get into the news, I want to talk a little bit about the game that I've been playing the most of over this time.
Oh yeah.
So I've been playing a good amount of Overwatch 2 because they brought back 6-on-6, and 6-on-6 Overwatch, that's the good shit. That's the soul of the game, and if you play it right now, and you played it back then, you really do get the feeling that this is kind of like the real Overwatch 2 experience, especially with perks. But the game that I have been enjoying in between games of Overwatch is this one right here, Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Ooh. Is it as quadruple A as has been promised?
So I think as far as the visuals, as far as the animations, as far as as far as presentation and overall, it's a little bit choppy on the stream. Give me 1 second. As far as even voice acting, I know you'll hear a lot of voice acting disparagement if you look on the internet. Oh man, here's this funny awkward line, ha ha ha. But okay. Here's the thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'll say it up front, first and foremost. This game, even though it's choppy right now on the stream, if it's a little admittedly, this is not a game that looks like one of those upscaled PS4 games. This game does not look like a game that looks like it was made to run on lower end hardware, whether it be a lower end PC graphics card or a PS4 Pro or anything of the sort. It seems from the ground up for this generation of consoles. Damn, I just can't seem to make this footage go smoothly. Sorry about that, guys. But it's but I will say, Drix, it is interesting. It's pretty interesting that it's pretty interesting that this game plays the way that it does, because I will say that first and foremost, it is an action RPG. It's Assassin's Creed. if you if you like the modern day Assassin's Creed games, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Mirage, you're gonna love this one because it's probably the best one. At least from what I've played. I'm about 6 hours deep, and I've been playing mostly as Naue. You're seeing her right here on the screen. She's the assassin of the two. Yasuke's the samurai, and he's just kind of an ass kicker. Naue's kind of more of a ninja. Like, you can't really fight.
Playstyles.
Yeah, too good, and they're very well defined. Naue can't really fight. You can defend yourself, but you're not really fighting. And you're more like parrying a guy, knocking him off balance, and then trying to run away before you get surrounded.
Okay. Well, guerrilla tactics there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you also have a good amount of tools. You could throw kunai and land a kill with a headshot. You can duck into the shadows. You can... there are shrubs everywhere. There's a lot of foliage, actually. Lots and lots and lots of foliage. Lots and lots and lots of brush.
Love foliage.
There's a lot to hide in. And it actually makes a little bit of a departure from your original Assassin's Creed style of gameplay loop, but just a little bit. Mainly because when you think Assassin's Creed, you usually think rooftop running. In this game, it's not very much... it's not very advantageous to do the rooftop running as it is to do the thing that is interesting that it's added now. And it's interesting, this is a new feature for Assassin's Creed. The prone system.
Oh.
So
that doesn't happen in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Or Battlefield, I should say.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like you would think like, oh man, there's like never been a prone system in Assassin's Creed. No, not really. And it does add almost a new dimension to the gameplay because
a lower dimension.
Exactly, because it also lends to a little bit to the feudal Japan aesthetic because a lot of the homes and shelters are elevated. So so you can sneak underneath them and hide underneath. So it kind of, funny enough, literally and figuratively flips the formula on its head where you don't really want to be up high so much because there's a lot of you face a lot of bow and arrows in this game, but
yes,
going on the ground and staying low and staying hidden really works. Again, I apologize for the choppy visuals, but you're seeing it on the screen. There's there's also a good bit of like dungeon crawling. Like there's little mini dungeons and caves you can find out in the world, and most of them are optional, but they give you fun little collectibles. And here's my main complaint with Assassin's Creed Shadows is that push comes to shove, end of the day, this is just an Ubisoft game. Honestly, I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy. I hate to be like, this is just one of those games where you're gonna like play this character or like, and like go through like a pretty good story. I like the story. If you like those sort of like samurai revenge tale, that's what it is. And like with the Assassin's Creed twist, and I think it pulls it off. I think so far it's doing it pretty well. It's not going to make you a believer if you're not into it, and if you're burnt out on this kind of storytelling, you are not gonna like it. It's not gonna reignite the passion, right? Like it's not gonna do anything like that. It's good, it's serviceable, and they're weaving in the Assassin's Creed like lore, like the animus and like the computer world bullshit. Like they're weaving that in pretty okay in a decent way, I would say. There's little animus nodes that you can inspect out in the world while you're exploring, but nothing is super in your face.
Okay, yeah, that's been there since the beginning. The animus.
Yeah, exactly. And there is the whole like assassins and Templars thing. Even though it is a little bit more understated in this game, they do allow, much like the other current Assassin's Creed games, they allow the heroes and the characters of the setting to take over and be their own people, which is nice.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of influence over the world and everything else.
Yeah, and and I will say that there is a good amount, there is a lot of features. There's base building. You're going to be finding and recruiting allies, and you're going to be doing a lot of things that will remind you of games like Ghost Recon Wildlands, and even recent Far Cry titles, where you have
Really?
where you have like the little base of operations and your allies, and like you'll go into like an enemy base and you'll find like a pallet of something, right? And then you mark it.
Yeah.
And then like it's like, oh
Yeah,
man,
that's fun.
yeah, oh man, my base could really use this pile of stuff. And like, you know, you get like you'll have like scouts come and they'll grab it.
The cachet.
Yeah, exactly. And the scouts come and they grab it for you, and you get a good bounty of resources. There's a good amount of crafting. I haven't really felt as though the crafting or the upgrading. There's a lot of gear that drops in this game, but the crafting and the upgrading itself hasn't really overwhelmed me, I should say. I don't think it's worn me down. But I'm still early, and I will say that while all the trappings of the game, the lighting, the character animations, the textures, the voice acting, the fact that this game changes seasons dynamically, the DualSense controller effect. Oh my god, the DualSense controller is awesome. Like this game uses the PS5 controller amazing. Like, it's so very cool. But all these things, they even though all these trappings are there and they are fun and they make the game really fun to play, it does still feel like a game from like 2018, like a Ubisoft game, like from yesteryear almost, where you feel as though when you're playing it, and you'll be in like your like hitting your like second hour of play, right? And you'll kind of be like, okay, I'm a little like this has that Far Cry, Ghost Recon, Ubisoft open world signature feel, let's say. You could feel it. It creeps in on
Boy,
you.
that sure is a lot of world.
Yeah, it's a lot of world, and those are a lot of icons on that map.
Oh, man. I wonder how many I'm going to do in this session.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it ends up feeling like. It's not like, and your mileage may vary. I'm enjoying it because of the setting, and the setting is nice. They do a good job with the art direction. Everything looks great so far. I think so. I think everything looks and sounds fantastic. There's a lot of great ambient sound. Like when you're just like hanging out in the woods, like the wind rustles through the leaves, and like you'll hear the animals breaking the twigs around you and things like that. Your DualSense reacts. It's really well done in those ways. Very immersive world, I would say. And if you're thinking about if this game is different than Ghost of Tsushima, yes. Ghost of Tsushima has a lot of it is pretty similar, but even in the more stylized sections of the game, like this meditation section that you're seeing right now, that actively changes art styles while you're accomplishing the goal. Even these kind of feel more grounded than the presentation and aesthetics that were on display in Ghost of Tsushima. In Ghost of Tsushima, everything was like Technicolor, and like the cherry blossoms flew through the air, and like whenever you needed to figure out where you needed to go, you literally called the wind. Like, you know, like there's a lot of like that, like real like anime brought to life in Ghost of Tsushima. In Assassinscreedshadows, they play it a lot more straight.
Yeah. Okay, that's funny. Crazy, they got a meditation mini game. Like I can't say I've ever seen that before.
I will say
meditation mechanic.
those are the things that make this game kind of a cut above, at least in my opinion. You know, and it's weird. It's weird, Drix. It's weird to say
There's that fourth A in the quadruple A.
Yeah, well, it actually just feels like a real thought out AAA experience, because it feels like almost it brings you into the world and it flexes its mechanics. And because the way that you end up doing it, it's very simple, and it's a very simple rhythm game, but it feels great because the prompts slowly disappear as you continue the game. So as you're meditating, everything really is literally fading away as you're repeating the motion. Like from your button prompts.
That's immersion.
Yeah, from your button prompts to the graphical change. It's fantastic. And there's a lot of things like that. And it flirts with the more dramatic anime Ghost of Tsushima inspiration. But for the most part, it stays very grounded in its realism. And I'll have full thoughts
Edo,
for
Japan.
Yes, very Edo, Japan. And I'll have some full thoughts on the game next week when I can really sink some more time into it. But for now, I will say the criticism as far as like the setting or historical accuracy. Look, if you're worried about historical accuracy in an Assassin's Creed game where, you know, apparently the Pope has like evil catacombs underneath the Vatican where you can fight him in a duel to the death, then yeah, you know, I'm sorry, it's definitely that historically accurate. But I think as far as a game goes, this game is very fun. I'm liking it a lot. And if you're interested in it, you should check it out, but it is just an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah. You know what you can expect if you've played one of these before.
Yeah. But that's Assassin's Creed Shadows. Those are my initial impressions. It's pretty good. If you like Assassin's Creed, definitely pick it up. It's probably the best one so far.
Yeah, that says a lot, actually.
I think so. And
there's been some pretty good ones.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so as far as like on the spectrum of Assassin's Creed games goes, I think I like Black Flag just a little bit more than this. And I think I like this one about as much as Brotherhood.
Okay, yeah, that puts it on the scale for sure.
So far, that's how I'm feeling about it. I think it's pretty fun. Before we take a break, we are going to dip our toe into the gaming news.
Video game news.
And we are going to talk quickly about PlayStation Plus subscription numbers, Drix.
Yeah. Which sub are you subscribing to?
Exactly, right. So here's the thing. Can I ask you something, Drix? Are you subscribed to PS Plus?
Well, my Dota 2 lane partner for life has the subscription, and we share the PS5. So I kind of get the free games by association of the same console.
Hey, that sounds good to me though. But here's the thing. It looks like either
In case he needs to play Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
exactly. But here's the
Which
thing.
keeps the subscription up.
Here's the thing. It looks like people are at least not playing the new games offered up by the monthly service, if they are subscribed at all.
Oh, really?
Indeed. Because we have something from Game Rant here. And the headline is, quote, PS Plus March 2025 player count takes a big hit.
Oh boy. Is that bad for business? Is that less money?
We'll see. From the article, quote, the March 2025 PS Plus free games lineup seems like the strongest this year so far, but it apparently has experienced a drop in player count compared to both February and January's offerings.
Oh, there might be reasons.
Reading further, quote, this was reported by True Trophies and Game Trends. According to their data, the free PS Plus games for March 2025 saw a 15.2 player count drop compared to the February games, and a 10.8 player count drop compared to the January 2025 free games. It seems like March 2025 free games, being generally better received titles, did nothing for their player counts. And now, Drix, I gotta ask everybody at home, if any of you guys are listening, are you subscribed to PS Plus, to Game Pass, to Xbox Live, to NVIDIA GeForce Now? Are you subscribed to any of these? And if so, why are you subscribed?
Man, I think the only gaming subscription I have right now is for Switch Online, and that was just so I could stream Earthbound over on RPG Theater. But I do enjoy the free games. I make sure I grab them for my partner who does pay for the free games, and I even played them when I was between titles right now, or at least the last one I enjoyed was Neo 2. I spent a good amount of time with that, but as far as the player drop is concerned, guys, Monster Hunter just came out.
Yeah. So like that's a huge.
You know what I mean? Like
there's a
nobody's
huge game out right now.
I would like to play Veilguard 2, okay? But Monster Hunter just came out and it's like what, $70? Like brand new released AAA game. You're not going to spend $70 on something and then just play the game you got for free instead, you know?
I agree with that. I actually do agree with that a lot. I think that a lot of the time when you see data like this is the kind of data that doesn't really tell the full story. You know what I mean? You really have, when you're looking at like, oh, achievement data or game or players play time played by individual players in a game. You know, those things, it's like you're saying, if Monster Hunter Wilds is out here breaking records and like being well received by everybody, and people are at home are playing it and buying it, then they're not going to be playing these free games, even if it's Dragon Age the Veilguard. You know, they're going to be playing the game that they paid $70 to play with their friends.
Yeah, exactly. Like, will your free-to-play hero shooter take players from Fortnite?
Right.
Is your relationship timed well?
And that is the entire thing. I think the data like that is the wrong data to look at. You can't get caught up in that kind of thinking, like, oh man, there's not enough people playing the free games that are offered by this. Like, you know, you need PS Plus to play Monster Hunter Wilds if you're playing it on PlayStation.
Yeah, like you're still getting the subscription.
Yeah, you're getting the sub. Like, you're not gonna get
Capcom
around
just
it.
put out a banger, guys.
Yeah. So I think PlayStation Plus itself as a service is doing just fine. I think that, yeah, are people not playing Dragon Age the Veilguard? I mean, shit. People didn't play Dragon Age the Veilguard when it was new, okay? I'll say it like that. Like, just like Concord, if people aren't going to play it.
They didn't go out of their way.
Yeah, they didn't go out of their way. People didn't go out of their way to play the Concord beta. So, you know, they aren't going to go out of their way to play this Dragon Age game. Like, it's simple as. People wanted to play Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it could just be that easy. Like, what else is going on in your scene, in your niche, you know? Pay attention. Don't book your show on the same night as a bigger show in the same genre, you know?
Exactly. So, I think that when you're looking at things like this and you're saying, "Oh my god, you know, people aren't playing these new games," you got to look at the gaming landscape as a whole and realize that when you buy a game, like you buy it from the store, you buy it on PlayStation Network, and you want to play it online, if it's like Call of Duty, you need that subscription, so you're going to have it.
Yeah, the free games we'll get to later when we run out of new games or just want to try something different.
And again,
you know, I still want to play High on Life from last month or whatever.
Right? And again, like,
but I got too many RPGs disease.
Oh my god, you really stepped in it with that one. But I got to reiterate.
Last year.
I got to reiterate, like, there is an entire world of games that you need the online subscription to play. That was the whole reason why Xbox Live got as big as it did. Like,
yeah, and even in the Halo days.
But we have some new releases to talk about, but for now, we are going to take a quick break because, Drix, we got to let this music play. What is it?
We got the main theme from Panzer Dragoon from the Sega Saturn. I'm going to cue you up another Sega Saturn classic after this from Guardian Heroes. But, yeah, this next one's going to be called Open Your Heart, and then a vocal track.
Perfect. Open Your Heart, vocal track. We'll be back. CFM.
CFM Radio.
With new releases. CFM Radio, we are back.
So for those of you in favor of the what somebody on YouTube coined the term circuit jazz, all you circuit jazz fans from all the racing games, that was a track called From the East from Gran Turismo 2.
Oh yeah, hey man, Gran Turismo 2, classic game. I spent so much time playing that fucking game.
If you're gonna play a Gran Turismo, like that's probably the one you should get onto.
Yeah, I love that game.
And right now we got the Punch-Out theme for the Wii.
And it's awesome. I love this one. This game, this Punch-Out
fully
is
instrumentated.
So this Punch-Out game is so
that's
awesome.
what you need motion controls for.
Hell yeah, and it's badass. But we are moving on to games that you are going to need regularly for our regular controls for, and M Stonewall C Phantasy Star Online has some pretty wacky tracks, I gotta say. But we have some pretty insane games coming up this week.
Oh yeah, it's a new release time, isn't it? Once again on Wednesday.
Yeah, and the first one we have is the first Berserker, Kazan.
Oh yeah, you really
enjoyed this one. Next Fest, all the demos we played.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Here it is from the Steam page. Quote, the first Berserker, Kazan, is a hardcore action role-playing game. The player will become Kazan, the great general of the Pelos Empire, who overcame death and sets out to reveal the incidents that led to his downfall and seek revenge on his enemies. The first Berserker, Kazan, releases tomorrow, Thursday, March 26th, for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series consoles. And yeah, Drix, this was a pretty cool game. I thought that you had some pretty snappy Souls-like action, and I think that if you want an anime edge to your Souls-like style, you should check this one out.
Yeah, really, really pretty, actually.
Absolutely. Definitely a gorgeous game. And the next game we have up is a little bit grittier. This one is Atomfall.
Oh yeah, time to drop the bomb on this new release.
From the Steam page, quote, a nuclear disaster has left an area of Britain in tatters. Atomfall, a new survival action game, will see you explore, scavenge, craft, barter, and fight your way through beautifully recreated scenery in search of answers. Atomfall releases tomorrow, Thursday, March 26th, for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and Xbox One. And Drix, you ready for some British-looking Fallout?
Oh yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, it's like a isometric stalker almost,
right?
Survival stalker in its purest form.
Definitely a new spin on the post-apocalyptic, or like a different take on a familiar spin, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Euro post-apocalypse. That's tomorrow.
Ooh, did I see a mech? Brung.
Like robots. Like
yeah.
Got me. That is Atomfall tomorrow, March. Thursday, March 27th.
Oh yeah, not isometric at all. That must have been something else.
No, it's first person. And then finally, our last one. This one's coming out on Friday. And this one is Dollhouse, Behind the Broken Mirror.
Boy, who likes playing with dolls?
Right? From the Steam page, quote, enter the broken mind of Eliza Demure, a once celebrated singer, now trapped in the labyrinth of her own forgotten memories. With the help of a new medicine, will you be able to piece together the mystery of your past? Dollhouse, Behind the Broken Mirror releases this Friday, March 28th, for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series console.
Yeah, we got to include something for all you psychological horror fans out there. Pretty well-rounded
Exactly.
new release lineup, something for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, we
Definitely.
got your anime Souls-like, you know, your post-apocalyptic role play, and your psychological horror.
Yeah. Whatever you're into, there's something for you this week.
Yeah, if you're not out there hunting, that is, serving hunt.
Of course. And we've got one more break for you guys, but right afterwards we have a new announcement from Gamescom Latam, Gamescom Latin America, from a legendary individual getting a legendary award. CFM Radio will be back. But Drix, what are we listening to right now?
Ooh, right now we got some Mega Man ZX for the DS, a song called Through the Lightning. But I'm gonna throw Tatsunoko versus Capcom at you real quick right here. A song called Orbital Ring Systems Cargo Bay.
Tatsunoko versus Capcom. CFM Radio. We'll be back. CFM Radio, we are back.
Welcome back. That last song was from a game I'm pretty sure only came out in Japan called Glove on Fight. Something Japanese sounding like Dakashimete Star. Sparkling Love.
Yeah, Groove on Fight. I love that game, actually. That game is a sequel.
It's like a precursor to Melty Blood, right?
Well, it's the sequel to Power
Bit of a
Instinct.
back-to-back fighting game tracks.
It's a Power Instinct Matra Melee sequel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That feels like deep fighting game lore to me.
Yeah, deep ass fighting game lore. If you're into that shit, then yeah, you'll love that. Definitely a nice little deep cut. But here is another deep cut. And so here's the thing. Finally tonight, we've talked a little bit about Shuhei Yoshida on the show and what he's been talking about on his various appearances across the gaming media landscape. But at the end of April, we will see him get some well-deserved recognition. And this comes from the official Gamescom press release. Quote, "The legendary Shuhei Yoshida, former president of Worldwide Studios and the leader of PlayStation Indies, the PlayStation Indies program at Sony Interactive Entertainment, will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award during Gamescom Latam BIG Festival ceremony on April 30th in 2025. That's next month. In addition, Yoshida will deliver a special keynote session at Gamescom Latam, which takes place from April 30th to the 4th of May at the I'm gonna butcher this, Anebi Convention Center in Sao Paulo.
Yeah, Anembi Convention Center, Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yes.
Where all my Brazilian gamers at.
Ah, yeah. During his visit to Brazil, Yoshida will present the talk, quote, "A Lifetime in Games, from PlayStation to the Future of Indies," on Thursday, May 1st. This session will be a deep dive into his journey, covering key moments such as his entry into Sony in 1986 and his pivotal role in the success of major platforms like the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, and the PlayStation 4.
Wow, yeah, quite a legacy. Not surprised he's being honored at all. I mean, we've already done headline article reports on him, so
Yeah, a couple of them.
clearly a figure.
He will also discuss his leadership at Worldwide Studios, where he helped shape some iconic franchises such as Uncharted, The Last of Us, and The Last of Us, as well as his transition to supporting independent game developers. Additionally, Yoshida will share his insights into the impact of indie games and the market, emerging industry trends, and valuable advice for those looking to enter the gaming industry. Shuhei Yoshida will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Gamescom Latam Big Festival Awards ceremony on April 30th. This prestigious accolade recognizes his invaluable contribution to the development of successful franchises and his efforts to democratize opportunities for independent games worldwide. Drix, like you were saying, we've already done a couple of headlines from Shuhei Yoshida. You'll hear some industry veterans, games journalist industry veterans, I should say, heads such as Shane Satterfield, Jeff Gerstmann, and Colin Moriarty.
Yeah, we already know who's getting the award before the show. It's pretty cool and something to look forward to.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a great show. Not a lot of people talking about Gamescom Latam when Gamescom just passed, and I guess it doesn't get a lot of recognition or anything like that. But you know what? Definitely, I don't know why. There's a lot of stuff being announced, and you have one of the greatest of all time getting his Lifetime Achievement Award at the ceremony.
Yes, an absolute GOAT festival.
Absolute go. And I think that'll do it for us tonight on CFM Radio. Thank you for joining us. It was great to talk about Assassin's Creed. We'll have a full review for that one next week. Check it out live. Next week, we are also doing Dino Crisis on Twitch, twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch. Make sure you're over there checking us out, checking out all of our gameplay. And we will see Drix sometime in the future.
Yes, we'll be back with some more RPG theater. Probably not next Monday, but maybe the following one. You know, just stay tuned to our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and the like, and we'll share when we're online.
Yes, we will. And you know what, guys? Thank you for tuning in. I know that this stream and the last stream have been a little bit choppy. We're trying to figure it out. I'm trying to get this squared away. Trying to figure out what's actually going wrong. I have done a couple of troubleshooting things. Nothing's quite worked out, but it only seems to mess up on YouTube. Funny enough, on Twitch we seemed okay, right? Like,
yeah, we got a lot of bandwidth operations going on. You never know who could be streaming in your household.
yeah, you know, it's definitely one of those things where it's also the end of the month. You know, we could be if my ISP could be throttling the shit out of me. So.
Yep, it could happen to you.
It could happen to you. You know, I'm not paying for that business internet like all these other big time streamers pay for. So, you know, we're balling on a budget over here on CFM Radio. So,
yep.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't check us out Tuesdays for gameplay and Wednesdays for more CFM Radio here. If I am being bottlenecked, it should be cleared up by next week because it's the new month. So, we will see you guys next week. Be sure to check out Assassin's Creed Shadows if you like Assassin's Creed. Definitely one of the more fun games, the more impressive looking games that I've ever played, or that I've played this generation. So, I think it's worth checking out. Definitely, if you're not into Assassin's Creed, it's not going to change your mind. Shouldn't put too much faith into that. But other than that,
yeah,
I think we will. Well, it's time for us to get out of here. And Drix, I think we'll see everybody next week.
Yes, thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys being our scene on the internet. But we'll see you again next week.
Have a good night.